How's it going there, trainers? I'm Shane, and I'm here to give you another Pokemon Horizons episode review. That's right, I did not forget you guys. Didn't forget at all. As a matter of fact, I appreciate the person who told me they would prefer to see episode by episode as opposed to having them clumped together. Although, I was informed they would still watch them all the same. And you know what? I appreciate that, right? I appreciate you guys letting me know what you want, because if it helps you, it helps me. If it helps me, it helps you. It's a relationship here. Before I go any further, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this. Patreon link is in the description below. So, episode 33 is entitled The Bellowing Black Rayquaza. And what's the whole point of this episode? Well, Rayquaza appears, as we remember from the last one with Lapras. He appears. Roy wants to battle him. Ametheo battle blocks him. There's a little bit of like 2-on-1 thing with his Corviknight and his Ceruledge. I'm a fan of Ceruledge, even though I have Scarlet and I have Armorage. Armorage is very cool looking as well, but I like the blades, or soul blades as he's called in Japanese. Yeah, they get wrecked, like with a capital R to the E to the K to the T. They get wrecked pretty bad. And Rayquaza goes on a rampage. You have Terrapagos trying to call out to him, because beforehand everything was going good, right? The crew on the Brave Saga, they're like, are we equipped for this? What is it? You had Freed wondering if the great heroes, the Pokemon that Lucius, whatever his name is, I think his name's Lucius. Lucian had on his team. You wonder if they're calling to one another. You even have Diana calling the Black Rayquaza the greatest member of his team, which then kind of made me go, wait a minute. Does Roy still have the Pokeball for the Black Rayquaza? Because technically, you guys kind of already have him. He just ran off because, once again, the explorers tend to be very annoying. They're not Team Rocket annoying yet, but they're just annoying because they're always there. Right. Yeah, the Dragon Pulses. I'm going through some of my play-by-play notes, but the Dragon Pulses, like, when Ceruledge went straight up and like chopped him like in the head with the blade, and it did nothing. Rayquaza, although his arms are tiny, he can throw hands with the best of them, just slapping them down. And of course, he goes on out. Doesn't use the move Outrage, but he's going berserk. Terrapagos has to protect everybody by going Super Terrapagos form with the whiskers and all that, and does Terra Storm. I know this because I caught Terrapagos in the video game. Although Terrapagos in the game is much better than Terrapagos in anime. Like, in the video game, the thing's been dormant for so long. Could use its power once it's with the right trainer, of course, but could even use its power when it wasn't with the right trainer. Sorry, Kieran. And here it's just like, oh, I'm a weak turtle. Got to draw this out a little bit longer. No shade on him. It's just, it is what it is. Now, Freed and Diana do have a theory, because once it does the Terror Storm, it turns back, and Rayquaza just kind of flies off into the sky, and they believe that Rayquaza has been testing Terrapagos. It looks like with each member of the legendary heroes that it comes across, it gets a little bit stronger. And there's only 2 left. Next is Entei and Cleavor. Cleavor's other name is Badagiri. I love that. I love that Japanese name for Cleavor. Which then is just gonna raise more questions about how is the ancient Pokemon still around. But if Lucian existed like 200, 300 years ago, and his Pokemon are still around, that shouldn't be a question, right? I'm just putting it out there. So the anime does tend to interfere with the game logic a bit, but I mean, let's be real, just a little bit, right? Where else is my notes here? I do dislike one thing, and I kind of hinted at it before with Roy having the Pokeball. Kind of feels like Roy's taking a back seat. Like it truly feels like you're pushing Liko to be the main character, especially with her blue hair, her mom blue hair, grandma blue hair, and then they're all the descendants of Mr. Blue Hair, which this whole journey has been about. And I question, see, here's the thing, the double-edged sword of Pokemon anime having a plot, like a normal anime plot where they're going on an adventure to find this stuff. Now you run into the dilemma that I don't know if I mentioned it way back when, but there has to be an end to this journey. So what happens once, you get Entei, you get Cleavor, eventually Rayquaza joins? Of course, you're going to have to fight the Explorers because they want Rayquaza. Maybe you make the Explorers win and steal Rayquaza. Maybe you figure out why the big boss of the Explorers is involved in all this. My personal theory is that the big boss of the Explorers is actually Lucian, who survived all those years ago, and he's just mad evil, and then there'll be some big misunderstanding thing, because that's kind of Pokemon's MO sometimes. Sometimes that's kind of how some of these animes are. Although I hope it's just a guy who's just an a-hole, just so we can beat him down and say, all right, you're out of here, get out of here. But that's just my theory, right? Yeah, Roy seems like an afterthought. I really hope that's not the case. I hope he continues to keep that Pokeball. It's weird that Liko only threw on the belt like kind of after, like during-ish when all this was going on. It's like, why don't you just keep that on, period? Unless it's, I guess it would attract too much attention, so the bad guys will know where they are. Because actually, Freed thought that these were still trailing them. That wasn't the case. I think they were trying to look for Rayquaza this time around. But yeah. Let me see. What else am I forgetting here? Roy, the power, Rayquaza. Yeah. Roy really lacks. Apparently, the thing that's big on Roy's mind here is Rayquaza didn't even look in his direction. He's like, I'm not even strong enough for him to even acknowledge me. So obviously, he wants to get stronger. Here's another. Now, we do get a battle here. I do question, why don't Liko and Roy use Watrel and Hatenna? And I get it, Hatenna's a bit of a baby. So Hatenna's probably going to have the old Pokemon trope of, is going to be forced to battle to protect probably a hurt Sprigatito or Terrapagos upside down from something, and then it's going to be forced to evolve. That's probably what's going to happen, but you have other Pokemon. You're functioning as if you only have one apiece. I don't know. It feels like the show tries. It's like this show in particular, since it's not focused on being a Pokemon master, trainer, champion, whatever. It's focused on, let's just focus on one or two Pokemon they got, right? Not even the two, just the one. Freed is fully excited after everyone gets away. He's excited for them to search for the other two of the heroes, because this is what he lives for, finding out mysteries and trying to figure these things out with Pokemon World. Diana. What is Diana? Diana is kind of, she wants to investigate on her own, because the friend she spoke to earlier, she was telling them, was part of the Explorers. Remember Old Man Butler Man? I can't remember his stupid name. But she wants to investigate on her own. She even thanks Freed and tells them, look over, what's her face? Liko. And he's like, well, wait, what's going on? Where you going? Well, I got to do this. And he's like, well, we'll go with you. And she says, sometimes I need to actually pull up exactly what she says just so I can. Traveling light is better in times like these. And immediately my mind said, you're going to get captured. You're going to go off, try to figure out this Explorer stuff. You're going to get jumped. Although her Arcanine, that is Arcanine is on the level of Charizard. So I like the fact that this older, more experienced person in the world of Pokemon has a Pokemon that is equally strong, right? Diana does identify with Freed because within these 30 years, this is what she's been, searching for. And she's getting that same feeling she had when she was younger. Now, she doesn't have a phone. Like, everyone has the Rotom phones. Because he said, well, call us if you get in trouble. I don't have a phone. Fam, I get you old, right? Are Rotom phones, like, just now the new hotness? Because the way it's being made the same as that, since they refused to do timelines in the original Pokemon, right? Ash has been 10 for 25, 30, or 25 years, right? 25 years. How does she not have a phone? Like, your daughter has a phone. I'm pretty sure we've seen older characters with phones. Hell, a lot of the old people in the video games have phones. No, she's going to use Squawkabilly to relay the message. Again, unless Squawkabilly is really good at evading, because I believe the kind she has, the yellow kind, are the ones that like to fight. Like, step 1, she gets captured. Step 2, she releases the bird. Step 3, they shoot the bird with an attack, not a gun, but they shoot the bird with an attack, and it falls into the ocean. And eventually someone's like, oh man, I got to pick up this Squawkabilly. And then by happenstance, it gets to the explorers, and they're like, that's Granny's Squawkabilly. Squawk. It's going down. I'm hoping that all my predictions are wrong. It's just, you can see these. If you've watched anime for as long as I have, you can just kind of see these things coming in. I hope they don't. Right. But yeah, she feels bad because she's put all of them in the way of all this danger since the moment she asked them to go get Liko. Since Liko's gotten the pendant. The Rising Voltekers are gonna go and find the other two heroes, and all of them collectively will try to figure out what's the point of the explorers wanting the pendant and Terrapagos. I'm sorry to tell you, Diana, they don't want Terrapagos, they don't want the pendant because Terrapagos is the pendant. But it feels like they're going after Rayquaza to circumvent something. Who knows? Ametheo's playing the stereotypical silent, cool, anti-hero person, so maybe. Let's see. Diana, before she leaves, has a battle with Liko and Roy. She calls them. And the whole point of the battle is you touch Arcanine once, you win. And this is where I was going. Why is she using Sprigatito? Like, why aren't you using the other Pokemon? Because this is an Arcanine. You use Leaf Age. Okay, Flamethrower. It's done. The only time I was getting annoyed was the fact that Fuecoco used Stomping Tantrum. It was kind of like Arcanine. Just kind of like, meh. Let's forgetting that it's weak to ground. It was kind of like, meh. But they did the Roy and Liko thing of going, we're going to do this our way. A little distraction, distracted a little bit so that Sprigatito could do scratch. So the whole lesson that Diana was trying to teach was, even when things seem unwinnable, there you gotta think, use your mind. There's always a solution to get yourself out of it, which they probably need to know that. I mean, was it the first time we had the Explorer thing with the Rayquaza and Ametheo and his fake Jesse and James cornering them, and then of course Liko had her mind wiped. They kind of needed this lesson just so, if Freed's not there again, if no one else is there, honestly, she's like Freed, out of all the people on board, it's like Freed, Landau, then maybe the kids. I mean, you have a chance that couldn't really fight. You have a Rockruff that couldn't really fight. I would think you could fight with Alcremie, but maybe they don't want to fight with it. You have other Pokemon on this ship that are fully evolved. And a Alolan Muck and a Noctowl, one of my favorites. Do they just not listen to y'all, or are they just kind of like pets at this point? It's like, we don't know what moves they could do, but they're here. Even though we all have Rotom phones that function as Pokedexes, and we could just scan. All right, these are the current moves it can do. I digress. I do like the lesson that she was trying to teach the kids, though. That's fine. I'm not gonna boo-hoo that. But yeah. Find the rest of the 6 heroes. Investigate the Rayquaza thing. She's gonna figure out why they want Terrapagos and the pendant. Everything's gonna. That's what we're doing there. I do miss extreme speed. I'm just checking my play-by-play notes. The extreme speed made a lot of sense. Which I guess she could have just had it running in a circle if she wanted to. And there's no way they were gonna catch it. Boop. And as usual, the rap. I wrote something about the rap. The rap was really cool. But before I get to that, Ametheo has gone back. He's going to do training. Then do you understand what you need? He says, I need more power. Yes, we get it, Virgil of Sparta. So he's going to do some type of training. The old rap is back. But, well, no, it's a new rap, but it's with... They use the old one with the Dawn, but then there's a new one in there with different Pokemon and what they do. I do appreciate that. I wish whenever they come out with this, because the English dub on Netflix comes out, I think this week. So if they don't give you guys like a Poké Rap, for those of you who like to watch only dub, I'm going to feel bad for you, because that's actually the musical parts at the end of the episodes are fun. We do have another Terrapagos Sparkly Exploration Diary. It's Terrapagos hanging out with... What's the other Pokemon he's hanging out with? I think he's hanging out with... I know Alcreme's there. Like, he is... Terrapagos and Rockruff. And they're getting some of the delicious cream from Alcreme. And Shuckle comes in, it gets them Shuckleberry juice. Then Quaxley and Owen Monk comes in, and Quaxley is shocked and tries to clean up everything. But of course, he starts getting dirt on his face. Everyone sneezes and stuff goes everywhere. And of course, Dot enters, and it's a funny thing. It's a funny, cute thing. This review's a little bit shorter than normal because, well, most of this was filled with action and then some contemplative parts. I do have some issues, as you've heard. I like Roy. Although I'm going to tell you the truth. The whole gator, that whole dance thing, it's cute. It's okay. I hope he doesn't do it in times like when they're gonna... He did do that again. Did he do that against the Galarian Moltres? I can't remember for sure, but I don't know. Maybe it depends on the mood I have while I'm watching the show, because I just don't want him to take a full back burner. He seems like the trainer type. I hope he meets Lico's friend. Maybe when all of this journey is done, maybe he meets up with Lico's friend. They both try to do a gym challenge. Maybe the show will split her off from there, and you'll have Lico just kind of cleaning up things while they're looking for Rayquaza. I don't know. The show has possibilities. So sometimes you get episodes like this where it's kind of, I've seen previews of some of the stuff that I have yet to cover, and I cannot wait to give my opinion on them. So, this episode for me, I'm going to give it a 3.5. No new information was gathered, but it's setting up for stuff. this is almost an average episode, especially after the interesting heartfelt one with the Lapras, but this seems a bit average, especially for them, and I am a bit worried about what's going to happen on Roy after all of this is done. So 3.5 out of 5 from me. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section down below. I promise you I'm gonna keep up with this. It's what are they on, 40 now? I only got 7 more to go. It's fine. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this one, trainers. Please, I want to thank you for showing up. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Make sure you wash some hands and you get yourself some water, all right? And remember, there are people out there that care about you. Reach out to someone. People would rather talk to you today than to miss you tomorrow. I promise you. My socials are in the description below. Give me a follow. Shoot me a message. Don't be a jerk about it, and we'll be cool. All right. That Patreon link is actually right above all the socials as well. So don't forget. All right. Hit that notification bell. Be notified of more stuff like this. Until next time, trainers. I'll catch you later.